You really can't fight with the computer, you know. The computer is always right. Driving license in German is Führerschein, and I will be giving you tips, which is Vorschläge, on how to pass your Führerschein theoretisch Prüfung. I hope I pronounced that right. And there's the umlaut once again. These umlauts do not like me, by the way, so please do forgive my pronunciations. Hello beautiful people, I hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for stopping by here, and please do go ahead by clicking on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you can get notified as to when I upload new videos. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you all so much for your continued support. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you tips on how to pass your driving theory test in just one sitting here in Germany. This video is going to be a two-part series where I talk about the practical aspects of driving as well as the theoretical aspects of driving. This first video, of course, is going to focus more on the theoretical aspects of driving, which is, of course, the first things that you would have to complete before going on to the practical aspects of driving in Germany. Some of you might know that I'm from the UK, and at some point I was looking at completing my driving test in the UK, but for some reason I wasn't able to, and even got to a point that I had to travel out of the country where I was in order to do my theory exam, of which I failed. So that was quite sad for me because I felt like I wasted my time and money, even though I practiced the questions for many hours. But that's besides the point. We're talking about passing the German theory test in one sitting. When I initially came to Germany, I was actually quite worried because I thought, okay, if I don't want to have to keep going back to the UK to complete my driving lessons or my driving license, should I say, then I would have to complete it here. I was quite worried because, well, in Germany they speak German and I speak English. So how do I go about it? So it was great news for me when I found out, lo and behold, that I could actually complete the exam, the theory exam, in English. So the great news is, if you're a foreigner in Germany, you can actually complete the test in 12 different languages, and these languages include French, English, Polish, Portuguese, Romanian, Russian, Croatian, Spanish, Turkish, and Arabic. I was really happy to know that I could complete the test in English. The requirements needed in sitting the theory exam is that, of course, you enroll to an authorized German driving school. You complete an 8-hour mandatory first aid class, which usually falls during the weekends. This classes usually cost between 30 and 50 euros. You will also need to attend a 20-hour or a 24-hour theory class. This is usually organized by your driving school, and it's mostly taken in the evening because I think I had mine from 5 o'clock till 7 o'clock. Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it was quite convenient for me. The spoken language, of course, is going to be in German because, of course, you're in Germany, and the teacher actually teaches off of the board and using images, so you're bound to understand what the teacher is talking about. And that was the position I found myself in. I did not necessarily understand everything that was being said, but with the help of the images on the boards and the documents provided with images and whatnot, I was able to pick up some things. Once you've registered, you should also make sure that you inform your driving school of the language you'd like to take your driving theory test, because that is absolutely important. You don't want to get to the exam hall and realize that your exam is in German. Of course, you're going to fail the exam if you're not a native German speaker because the questions are quite tricky. You will also have other learning materials that you would have to pay for, of course. There are different types of learning materials. You can either get yourself an up-to-date textbook, a downloadable app, training sheets or CDs. I of course went for the downloadable app that I could have on my phone or on my iPad, so I could use it whenever, however, wherever I wanted. The good thing about the app is it's got an offline and online mode, in the sense that when you're not connected to the internet, you can still answer questions on your phone. The name of the app is actually Foreign Learning, and it actually cost me about 85 euros. To be honest, it's best for you to speak with your driving school in order to suggest to you the best form of learning material that you will need. I will show you the user surface of the app. On the purchased app, Foreign Learning, you've got over 1,000 questions. It not only makes learning easier, it's much more efficient, seeing as the program learns with you. It knows your weaknesses and it's more likely to ask you questions that you personally find difficult. This means that you automatically repeat the difficult questions. During the exam, you only get 30 of these questions. The first 20 questions are based on basic knowledge. This is something that you should already know. And the second part of the question, which consists of only 10 questions, will be based on the type of vehicle that you will be driving. In my own situation, my questions were related to the category B, driving. Each question actually carries different marks ranging from 2 to 5. The more points a question has, the more important it is for you to know the answer, because if you get more than 10 points wrong during the exam, then you've completely failed the exam. So you just got to make sure that you memorize the questions and their answers, because there's some questions that do have multiple answers, and if you choose only 2 of the 3 possible answers, then you failed it. And there are some times that the answers might not make sense. You just have to memorize these questions and their answers and make sure that if ever it pops up again, you will know what to do. So tips on passing the exam. Number 1 tip for passing the exam is by repeatedly practicing the questions over and over and over and over again, to the point that you don't make any mistake anymore. There's some questions that don't make sense, or the answers, you just got to memorize those questions and know in the back of your head that if these questions should pop up all over again, I know what answer to choose. Even though it doesn't make sense, you really can't fight with the computer, you know. The computer is always right. You've also got to repeat questions to the point that you're answering all the questions correctly, and that way you will know that you're ready to complete the exam. The time frame at which it took me to just pass the exam in one sitting in Germany was basically 4 months. I enrolled at the end of April and I passed my theory tests at the end of August 2018. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're yet to do so. And if you do have any questions, comments or opinions, please leave them in the comment box down below. And until my next video, I'm wishing you all a wonderful day. Bye bye.